Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome if you're here for the very first time. My name is Kaysha Foote McKenzie. If you want motivational videos to get up and get going throughout life, I suggest that you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the notification bell so that when I upload, you will be notified. And remember to like, remember to share, remember to subscribe, and comment down below. If you're new here, we do our affirmations, or we started doing our positive affirmation, and it goes like this. I am worthy of good things in my life. I release positive energy into the universe. I receive that positive energy. One more time. I'm worthy of good things in my life. I release positive energy into the universe and I receive that positive energy. Right. So, if you have ever compared yourself to anyone, this is the video for you. There's a reason why they say comparison is the thief of joy, right? Because the moment that we start to compare ourselves to other persons, that's when we start to see everything that's wrong in our lives and everything that's right in someone else's life. And we start to compare ourselves to others, and before you know it, we start to feel as though we are not where we want to be. And that in itself can be a very sad space to be in overall. And as I thought about this topic and I prepared this topic, I thought about the first time that I have ever compared myself to anyone and learned the concept of what comparison is growing up, right? So the first time I remember comparing myself was in the 5th grade. I remember just being of a very slim frame, right? And I am still slim now. So just imagine me in the 5th grade. I was really, really slim. And I remember the other girls that were in 5th grade, they were very mature. They had a very mature look. They were way developed than I was. And I remember looking at them and saying, wow, I wish I could be that busty, and I wish I could have that more mature look, you know. And I remember them getting all the attention from the guys because obviously they look way more mature, and I was just seen as their little sister, and they saw me as just being their little sister. So as I prepared it, I remember that was my introduction to comparing myself to someone. And for some of you, we have all compared ourselves to someone at some point in our life. And for some of you, you might have compared yourself to persons at different points in your life for different reasons. And sometimes you might not even do the comparing, but persons you are close to, or your friends, family members, would have somewhere along the line compared you to someone else, right? And with the advent of social media now, we find that persons find themselves comparing more their lives to other persons' lives because social media is just out there. Everyone is showing their best lives, you know. Everyone just seems as though they're living a dream life, and it might seem as though you're going at a snail pace, right? Persons know you have hashtag relationship goals, and everybody just seems as though they're living it up. And that is one of the reasons depression has increased with the advent of social media, right? Where they find that persons are more depressed. So there has been an increase from 16% to 33% roughly, right, for persons who use social media way more than persons who don't use social media. And that's just a correlation. It's not saying that is a direct causation, it's a direct cause of why persons are depressed, but we find that because persons are on social media and it seems as though for some persons' lives it's all glim and glamour, and persons might look at that and feel as though they are not progressing or are going at a rate that they want to go, right? So you find that persons feel more depressed. And I realized that comparison overall is something that persons will take to heart, and persons generally just find themselves comparing themselves to others. And I realized that over time it's silly in a sense to compare yourself to others, but as human beings we do it. I don't know why, but we just do. And I just wanted to share with you some tips or reasons you should not compare yourself to others. The first reason is to not compare yourself to anyone. No one is you. You are unique, and that is what you need to remember. It might seem very simple, but that's something that you have to remember every time you start to compare yourself to others. You might have a million persons doing the same thing that you're doing, that I am doing. However, when you put your personal stamp on whatever it is that you're doing, when you bring your unique experiences to whatever it is that you are doing, it makes the difference because you are unique. Whatever it is that you have gone through in life, that is what you would have gone through, and only you can convey that to persons. And your set of experiences, your set of is what makes you unique. And that is what you need to always remember, that there's no one in this world that's you, and that is your superpower. The closest that we have come to persons being similar to you is through your children. Like persons might say, oh, your child is just like you, or your children is just like you, right? Or your parents, they might say, oh, you're just like your mother, you're just like your father. And even then, you are still you, right? And that is what you need to remember, that there is no one in this world that's like you. So every time you feel as though you're starting to compare yourself to other persons, you can just say to yourself, well, that person is very good, that person is very nice, but they're still not me. Even if you are saying it in a fun manner, well, that person is really nice, that person is really good, but that person ain't me. Even if you're saying it in a fun way, you will find that you will just laugh it off, and you won't think of even comparing yourself to others anymore. Or it might just help you not to compare yourself to others, right? So just to thine own self be true, and you will see that you'll compare yourself less to other persons. Just remember that ain't no one in this world like you. The second reason is individual happiness differs for everyone, right? My concept of happiness might be different from your concept of happiness, and everyone's happiness is defined by themselves. Someone would have come to you at some point, you're living your life and you are finding your own bubble of happiness, and someone would have come to you at some point and they start to compare. Look at your life and look at that person's life. Why is it that you are not doing what that person is doing? Or why is it that you are not where that person is in their lives? And you might not even have considered it. You might not have compared yourself before to this person, but because that person said something to you, you find yourself comparing yourself to that person. And I realized that over time, overall, if you really define your happiness and you're happy in your truth, you're happy with where you are and you're happy with your life, it should not matter what anyone says, and it should not matter if anyone is comparing you to anyone. Once you're happy with who you are and what you are doing at the moment. Sometimes you might be single and you are not married as yet, or you don't have any children as yet, and persons come to you and they're like, how comes you're single for so long? Why is it that you're not married? Why is it that you don't have children as yet? Look at your friend so and so, or look on your friend. That person is married, that person has children, and that person is doing very well overall. Or even in terms of success, why is it that you have not accomplished what is it that that person have accomplished in life? And you are good, you're fine, but just because someone said something to you, you start to feel sad and you start to compare yourself. And I'm here to say to you today that we have all been through it, but once you are happy and once you stand in your truth, it does not matter what anyone says. It does not matter. It should not matter what anyone says once you are happy in your truth. The third reason is we compare ourselves to the wrong phase or at the wrong phase of person's lives. What do I mean by that? Right? So you see someone and you see their success, you see what they have accomplished, and you start to compare yourself. Maybe that person would have started, say for instance, in a profession or in the field of business or whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, you would have seen someone doing very well in that field. And you might have started just yesterday or a short period of time, and we expect that we will have the same success as that person who would have been at it for years and years and years and would have finally found success. They would have gone through it. They would have gone through failures. They would have gone through criticism. They would have gone through phases where they felt as though they can't make it, and they progress and they push on and they fought through life. And for some persons who are looking on, they might feel as though, well, how is it that that person have achieved that and I have not done this? However, sometimes if we take a step back and we think about what that person may have gone through or what it took for them to reach to that level in life, then I think that we would compare ourselves less to persons and we would be appreciative more of those persons' achievement and accomplishments than to be comparing ourselves to that person, right? So finally, I want to say to you that comparison can be a good thing, you know, if it's a case where you look up to that person or you admire what they do and they have achieved their goals or are doing well in that field. If you look to them for a source of inspiration, or you look to them for a source of motivation, and you say to yourself, okay, well, that person is doing well, I can do the same thing too. Right? If we look to them and we say, okay, what did it take for them to get there? Maybe I will model that behavior. Or if you are comparing yourself in that manner, then that is okay. However, if you're comparing yourself and you realize that you're getting jealous of the person, or you're being you have hatred towards the person, then that in itself is a wrong concept, and that is where comparison becomes dangerous. Alright, so thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate it. Remember to like, remember to share, remember to subscribe, and remember that comparison is the thief of joy. Bye.